Mr. President, the Republican frontrunner today outlined his plan to pay for a wall on the border, barring undocumented immigrants in the U.S. from sending money back home. What would be the real implication of this plan, and are his foreign policy proposals already doing damage to U.S. relations abroad?
The answer to the latter question is yes. I think that I've been very clear earlier that I am getting questions constantly from foreign leaders about some of the wackier suggestions that are being made.
I want you to notice two things in that. Not only dismissing Donald Trump's plan, but the entire press corps in that room laughing when his name came up. Now, I take no sides in this. Donald Trump excused this show, doesn't want to be on, boycotts it. That's fine. But that is not very fair. That's not very right. That's not very balanced. Former Republican Arizona Governor Jan Brewer. Governor, always good to have you, a Trump supporter. Now, Governor, what's interesting is, first off, on the press and the president laughing when Donald Trump's name came up. What did you make of that?
Well, you know, it's pretty unbecoming of the President of the United States to behave in that manner. And, of course, it's nothing other than the fact that they want to ridicule Donald Trump. And he wants his candidate, Hillary Clinton, to win. And so they've let all the dogs out. Yeah, but it's one thing for the president to say that. He's gotten used to that, and I understand where he's coming from, but then the media to glom on, that's another thing. But I digress, Governor. Well, we know that the media, the majority of the media, is very, very liberal, and they too probably would like to see Hillary Clinton in the White House, but that's not going to happen. We have a winner in Donald Trump, and I think the people are going to respond very supportive tonight in Wisconsin, and then move on up to New York and Pennsylvania and head out to California. And
well, a lot of folks don't think that Donald Trump will win tonight. If he doesn't win in Wisconsin tonight, I just talked to, you know, a history professor, an author who says, you know, he could be facing some hard weeks ahead. What do you think? Well, you know, it's a possibility that he won't win tonight, I guess. I don't want to believe that, but, you know, I think very positively. But bottom line is he's going to pick up something in Wisconsin, and we know moving forward that he has a huge lead in New York and in Pennsylvania and moving out to California. And they've got troops on the ground, and they got their game on. You know, maybe you can help me with this, but back to Donald Trump and this idea. He wants to stop illegals here from wiring money back home. And the president said that couldn't be done. In the same breath, he was talking about going after corporate inversions, because that, which is perfectly legal right now, can be done. In other words, reversing that. That can be done, but an illegal activity on the part of illegals here, illegally sending money home because they're not supposed to be here in the first place, that can't be done. That struck me as weird. Well, I agree, and I haven't read the plan, but I will tell you that at least he's offering, Donald Trump is offering up solutions to something that the president has had the opportunity for 7.5 years to address. And I believe the Americans that are here, realizing that those millions, billions of dollars that are going south of the border to boost up their economy are American dollars that could be left in the United States to boost our economy. Do you get a sense that we're going to have a raucous convention, Governor? In other words, let's say Donald Trump isn't quite at 1237. I know you and I have chatted about, depends what close is. The rules are 1237 or bust. But that regardless, if it's multiple ballots or even if it's a close first ballot, it's going to be tough for Republicans to kumbaya after everything is settled in Cleveland. Do you agree with that? Well, you know, I've been involved in politics, and I've been to so many of these conventions, and we all know and realize that the rules are written the week before the convention begins, and usually they hold the line, and there's a lot of integrity in it. So I'm hoping that the rules don't get jiggy-rigged around to make whatever maybe some of the insiders would like to see happen. I think Donald will show up with 1,237 votes. If not, if he's close to it, then I think that they ought to stand up and let the person who won the popular vote win. Now, well, wait a minute. That would be changing. That would be changing the rules, Governor. It's 1237. That's the number. Well, you know, the rules could be changed going into it. They know what they're headed into. Yeah, but I mean that's the one thing that's the one thing that bugs a lot of the other vote, Donald Trump was saying the rules are something that they ought to admire, that they ought to adhere to, and now you're saying if the rules aren't going his way, they should adhere to those rules, his rules.
Well, if they're willing to change the rules in other areas, why can't they change the rules to say those that are within 100 or 200 delegate votes, that he is the winner?
All right.
I mean, these rules are not set in stone.
I always thought
everybody wants to look at it on a different perspective.
Right. Governor, thank you very much. We'll watch it very closely. Always good seeing you. Well, you know, there is a Democratic race going on in Wisconsin, and that one's as tight as a ticket for Hillary Clinton, who's been losing a lot of contests lately. Could she be facing a contested convention?